William Hill Vegas sponsors Joshua vs. Whyte on Sky Sports Box Office.
KUGAN CASSIUS, is this what's that?
What? Wait, what?
Well, you just, I mean, you're Eddie and you're
just... One second. Heavyweight champion of Sri Lanka. You do know that, right?
Yeah.
You're a dangerous guy, man.
1 from 1 on BoxRec.
What? Eddie studied.
KUGAN CASSIUS High Force in association with Mackinson Marbella at the final press conference of Bad Intentions with me, high promoter Eddie Hearn. Well, it took a little while to get going.
Couldn't have been much better for me, mate, that day.
What day?
Today.
Oh, today. Oh, that day. It got really personal, didn't it? And I know some of the things are not appropriate for a press conference table. And Dylan and Joshua, they sort of just let him go.
A journalist just asked me, oh, what do you think about Dylan talking about Anthony Joshua's past? Everyone's got a past. It's part of Anthony Joshua's journey. Anthony Joshua was going down the wrong road. He turned his life around. He had limited options in life. He chose to work hard, win an Olympic medal, and now he stands on the verge of winning the British and Commonwealth heavyweight titles and hopefully challenging for world honours. So I don't mind. I don't mind if that story's told. It is personal. You can't stand in the way of it. And very few fights, when you're around guys, do you feel this kind of intensity. Froch Groves, it wasn't like, I'm not standing there thinking, oh my God, please don't do anything silly. But here, there was a point where I thought, when at the press conference, when Dylan said, I'm going to find you after this fight, where I actually thought he was going to stand up and then it was all going to kick off. I would have been under that table faster than you opening the door for your delivery pizza.
Look.
What's the matter? What's the matter?
He told me a joke.
What's the
I told him
matter?
a joke.
What's the joke? Come and tell us.
He's a funny guy.
What's the joke?
Listen, you wouldn't be looking for pizza no more because you're slim. Heavyweight champion of Sri Lanka. 1-on-1, as Eddie.
Oi, shiny. Keep off. Leave off.
Talking on a little guy,
Talking about things getting personal.
Hey, don't muck around
What?
with him. This is Minnie Mouse.
Well, listen, after this press conference, I'm going to find you. Wherever you are, I'm going to come and find you.
Rude boy.
Sorry, Dave. You? No. When you listen to like Dylan and that, like, sort of bringing things up about drugs and things like that to do with Joshua's past and that, do you think stuff like that should be sort of left in the past and not spoken about, or should they be?
I told you, when it's personal, you're going to throw everything you can at the other person. He wants to unsettle Joshua. So they've both got past. They've both done things wrong in the past. So have you. So have I. Doesn't matter. It's what moulds you as a person. So I've no problem. People say, I heard Joshua got in trouble when he was a kid. Yeah, he did. And he turned his life around and found a way out. That's why he's a role model. People say to me, Joshua's not a role model, he was bad as a kid. So he is a role model because he fought his way out of that and become Olympic champion and stands on the verge of becoming a world champion. Everyone's got different paths, but it's personal. I can't, it's just whether it's families, stuff that was cut out of gloves are off, what was set up on the stage there.
What was they actually saying on the stage? You couldn't really hear.
Josh said, basically, there's things that Dylan was sort of saying as usual, I'm going to find you, and Josh just, actually, it started off, it was quite pleasant, well, borderline pleasant, and it was, Joshua said, do you want to feel my heart again? And he said, no, I don't need to, and then Josh said, I'm excited, are you? I can't wait. And Dylan said, yeah, I am. He said, it's been a long time. Joshua said, I've waited for this a long time, 6 years. And he said, yeah. And he said, I hope you bring it. I hope we can have a war. He went, oh, we'll have a war. And he said, we'll go now if you want. And then it just, I was trying to separate them, but you can't. How can I separate them? They crushed me.
Well, you can't. You can't.
Carl Frampton would crush me in 10 seconds.
30 seconds.
Oh, was it 30?
I think so.
30?
I think so. Dillian Whyte seems like he's got this mentality going into this fight that everyone's against him.
Yeah, he's definitely got that.
That includes you,
Yeah.
that includes Sky, the public thinks everyone's against him. So do you blame him for sort of being the way he is in this build-up, sort of me against the world attitude?
No, that's his mentality. It may be the reason why he's achieved so much, because it is me against the world. And listen, obviously it's me saying it, but I like to think that most opponents that I deal with will say, you know, Matchroom treated us with huge amounts of respect. They didn't muck us around. They looked after us, nice hotels, drivers. That's how we work. And I couldn't have been any fairer to Dillian. You know, even down to the ring cut, the toss, which Joshua just said, no, mate, you walk second.
Yeah, thanks, Dillian. It cost us about 50,000 views.
So, you know, I think Dillian has got the underdog mentality. It's what makes him dangerous. You know, does that make sense? Apparently I always say it to you. Do you know, Coog? Does that make sense? But that's what I think. And he doesn't like me. But what, you wouldn't like me, would you?
What, if I was an opposition fighter?
If you were anyone. no, but mainly, if you know, obviously I'm anti-Joshua's man, so I'm the enemy, aren't I? So, but it doesn't matter. As much as I want anti-Joshua to win, I will treat Dillian with respect. I'll give him everything we've said we would, and I will make sure that he's treated well up to the fight, on the night, no mucking around. You hear about a lot of foul play. That doesn't happen with us.
You firmly believe that Anthony Joshua will win on Saturday night. He's your fighter. You're entitled to say that. Has it gone through your head that if Dillian Whyte is to be victorious on Saturday, where it leaves you, your promotional company, Anthony Joshua?
Well, it's not where. I mean, look, Anthony's a huge part of our promotional company. We just signed a new 3-year deal with him. It would be a devastating blow for me. From a business point of view and from a personal point of view. I like the guy a lot. You know, we've worked closely over the last few years, and I'm a big believer in Anthony Joshua. But I also know it's a heavyweight boxing, and if he goes in there and he's fighting on emotion and he makes mistakes and he walks onto one, he can get knocked out. Any heavyweight can get knocked out.
William Hill Vegas sponsors Joshua vs. Whyte on Sky Sports Box Office.